While serving as a representative of the British Red Cross in South Africa in 1902, aristocrat Orlando, Duke of Oxford, his wife Emily, and their infant son Conrad visit a concentration camp there. During a sniper attack on the camp by the Boers, Emily is fatally wounded. She asks Orlando to pledge not to expose their son to war ever again before she leaves. 12 years later, Orlando has created a private spy network of housekeepers, including his own Shola and Polly, who are employed by the most influential people in the world. The main objective of the network is to defend the UK and the British Empire from the coming Great War. Orlando prevents Conrad from enlisting in the British Army and convinces Lord Kitchener, Secretary of State for War, to do otherwise despite the fact that Conrad is eager to fight. Conrad and Orlando traveled through Sarajevo with Orlando's friends Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria and his wife Sophie, Duchess of Hohenberg, at Kitchener's request. Conrad protects the Archduke from a bomb that young Bosnian rebel Gavrilo Princip, who wants to start a war, threw. Later, Princip accidentally runs across the Archduke's entourage again and shoots both him and his wife to death. Orlando discovers that the Flock, a gang planning to throw the German, Russian, and British empires against one another, was behind the killing. The mysterious Shepherd is the leader of the Flock, which has as its ultimate objective achieving Scottish independence. Among its operatives is Russian mystic Grigory Rasputin, a close advisor to Tsar Nicholas of Russia. Rasputin poisons Nicholas's little son Alexei on the Shepherd's orders, then heals him when Nicholas agrees not to participate in the war. Prince Felix Yusupov, Rasputin's cousin, alerts Conrad to the manipulation. Conrad informs Kitchener and his aide-de-camp Major Max Morton of the Western Front's vulnerability if Russia withdraws from the war before they set ship for Russia. Their vessel, HMS Hampshire, is sunk after being torpedoed by a submarine. After Orlando learns of Kitchener's passing, he decides to go to Russia with Shola, Polly, and Conrad in order to assassinate Rasputin. At a Felix's Christmas party, Orlando, Shola, Conrad, and Polly slay Rasputin after a bloody battle. Conrad announces his intention to enlist in the military after celebrating his 19th birthday, much to Orlando's dismay. In an effort to divert Britain and the U.S., the Shepherd instructs Erich Jan Hanussen, a Kaiser Wilhelm II advisor, to send the Zimmermann telegram. Woodrow Wilson, the President of the United States, declines to enter the war despite British intelligence intercepting the letter and Polly deciphering it, citing a lack of conclusive evidence. The Shepherd enlists Vladimir Lenin, gives him the command to depose the Tsar and withdraw Russia from the conflict, and then hires an assassin to kill the Romanovs. Against his father's objections, Conrad gets commissioned into the Grenadier Guards. Orlando is persuaded by King George V to allow him to send Conrad to London. Conrad, who is determined to fight in the war, switches places with Archie Reed and gives him the moniker Lancelot in order to communicate with his father. Conrad volunteers on a trip into no-land Mans to obtain intelligence from a British agent injured there while posing as Archie, a member of the Black Watch. Upon his return, he is mistaken for a German spy and shot, killing Orlando, but the information he found confirms the veracity of the Zimmerman telegram. Orlando finds that Wilson is being blackmailed with footage of being seduced by the Shepherd's agent, Mata Hari, after Wilson once more refuses to engage the war in spite of Conrad's proof, and he decides to retrieve the original negatives. Orlando has her cashmere wool scarf identified as coming from a rare breed located exclusively in a particular mountainous location after overcoming Hari at the American consulate. Orlando, Shola, and Polly arrive there and engage in combat to gain entry. The Shepherd is revealed to be Morden, who killed Kitchener while pretending to die. With Shola's assistance, Orlando battles Morden and ends his life. Polly finds the movie and gives it to Wilson, who burns it and gets ready to prepare the U.S. for war, at the same time. Orlando owns the Kingsman Tailor shop as a front for his business 1 year after the war. The initial Kingsmen are made up of Orlando, Shola, Polly, King George, Archie, and the U.S. ambassador to the UK. They each adopted code names from the King Arthur legend to honor Conrad. In a scene during the credits, Hanussen, posing as Shepherd, brings Lenin to the Romanovs' murderer, a young Adolf Hitler. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.